Welcome back to Farm Sim 25 and as promised a new Let's Play. I'm just down here hoping for some divine inspiration because I need all I can get. So where in the world are we? Well, we're on a map called Sonnental, which I got from King Mods. It's set in Austria, I think. A lot of the names are in German. This is like a school convent kind of place, I think, but they still buy grain and all that jazz. So it's like a church and a school convent, I think. Yeah, so it's set in Austria. Doesn't tell you in the map description where it is, but there is a Sonnental in Switzerland and one in Austria. The one in Austria has a lake, and this has got this huge lake here, so I'm kind of decided it's set in Austria. We don't own anything at this moment in time. We have got finances. We have got a £250,000 loan. It says 150 and then 250, but that was me just setting up, so I got 250. We don't have any land and we don't have any vehicles, so we're starting from scratch, like I like to do. I like to do that. There are collectibles, as you will see. We're not actually collecting this one yet, but we're going to use those as small farm grants. So when we get collectibles, we know there's one there, so if we find we suddenly need some input, we can do. There's another one. I didn't spot that one before. There's one over there. I've done a bit of a run on the map, as I said, on the Node Kirchen, just to make sure everything clicks and runs. So the first thing we need to do is to buy a plot of land. Now, once I've bought the plot of land, literally, we're then going to have to do some fiddling about with the farm to change it to the way I want, because obviously I can't change anything until I actually bought it. So 250k in the bank. We're now going to buy that plot of land for £108,926, which leaves us now with 141. Just making a note of that. 141073, because that's where we'll have to be once we've sold off bits and pieces. So let's go and have a look at our farm. So this is the farmhouse. So that's where we sleep and do all that kind of jazz. It's got a shed at the end of it, on the back end there, so you can get in and out of this shed. You can go right through the shed, but crash. But you can also go right around the end of the building, so you don't physically have to come through that shed. Another storage shed just here, and a kind of Dutch barn at the far end of there, like that. Then you come down the hill. Down the bottom there, we've got the cows. But before we reach there, this I think is very clever. Nice little touch. More storage space under here, but look at that. The workshop built under there. It's really clever. Some of these are going to go. So we've got some of these small productions, but like I say, we're going to offload some of that stuff, get the farm as we want it, and then we can kind of push on from there. So down the hill, we come to, these sheds are going to go. One's one of these auto bale storage places. Not my kind of thing, so that's going to go. The silage clamp's going to go. I tried using coarse play to do that with the coarse play silage bunker thing. That all went didn't work, so that's going to go. We're just going to do it with bales as always, silage bales. Down the end of here, this is where you buy the cows, but look at this watch. Ta-da! 1,132 cows at the cow stall. Look at that. And that's the cow pasture. As far as the eye can see, right up to that line of trees. Massive. So that'll be good for milk production. This is one of these fermenter silos again. Not my kind of thing, so that's going to be moved out. So let's start doing some of that stuff. Let's start doing a bit of construction and shifting stuff we don't want. So this shed here is just a big storage place lights up at the farmhouse, but we're going to get shut because I want more bale storage really down here. It's a lot of faffing about if you're getting bales out and you have to keep opening doors. Like I say, this silo fermenter is going to go. That's been shifted off. The bale storage, this is that automatic bale storage, that's going to move out. So that's everything moved from down here. But what we are going to do down here, oh no, we've got the bunker to get rid of yet, haven't we? We're going to get rid of the bunker. That's it, sell the bunker. I think I could have set course play up, I just don't push to do it. So we're also going to put into here, as a kind of nod to its history, we're going to put in a grain mill. simply so that we can make room. We're not going for the smallest, we're not going for the largest, we're going for one in between. Now that needs, got to be a bit careful because you've got to get into here to actually, but you don't want to be doing it in such a way that tree can come out. Actually, we will just delete that tree. We'll get a chainsaw and physically just delete that. That can catch the wind as it comes down off the hill. That should work well there. Right, so if we pull it forward a bit, we can run in quite nice to the edges of there. So a nice bit of ooby-dooby in now. Get some painting done. Make that bigger. We've got a pretty square on as well. That's not bad going. Just across there like that should do. And let's just do across this edge as well. Make that bigger. That's it. Then we've still got the original roads in there. So that's where is it? Where's it gone? I can hear you. Oh, there it is. So that'll be our grain mill. Obviously we have no grain at the moment, but oh yeah, we can back nicely into there. That's all done. That's gone, that's gone, that's gone. So back up to the farm. So all these things now. No, we're not going to get rid of that. So there's a dairy already in here. Oh, I did it again. I meant to just get rid of the thing. So sell the dairy. Click the wrong button. Sell the preserved food factory. Not saying we won't get productions, but sell the grain mill. Oh no, is that my grain? Oh no, that's the old grain. That's their grain mill. Yeah, get rid of that one. Put the windmill in now. What's that one? Oh yeah, that's one of them storage containers. Don't need those. We'll buy it elsewhere. There's also a spring. So if you're not doing automatic watering, you want a place to get water, there's that on the map. Get rid of this fertilizer tank. That can go. That's the grain mill. That's that. That's the house. That's the actual grain storage. So that's your actual grain silos. There you go. They're all in place. I think that's everything we have. We need to stick in. Right, we're going to put in one of these lime tanks somewhere else. So we're going to construct one of there. So we can then buy. Oh yeah, we own this shed across the road. So though we don't own that field, we own. So we've got this shed and that shed and a big shed here. So plenty of sheds. Just need something for bale storage at some stage. Let's escape that. Let's find somewhere to put this place first. Oh nope. Right, come on. Oh, there's contracts. Oh, we're not using. We're going to disable contract machines. We're going to have to use our own machinery to do contracts if some come up. Let's go to the cereal factory. Sorry, it's a bit noisy here. We'll stick it in this corner. So we want now Construzione, and we want containers. Is it that fella? No, it's not that one. It's none of these, none of them, none of them. Not that one. Is it that one? Nope, it's not that one either. Sure? Nope, don't think it's that one. No, the one we use has a spout on it. That's the fella. Pretty certain that's one. If not, we'll have to change it out later. But I think we're literally... Oh no, you can fill that one. Nope, it's not that. No, Derek. Bear with. So many of these things. That's the one. Thought it was first time. Just couldn't see the spout on it. So, no spout about it. Put it just on an angle there. Just make sure we're clear of the fence. Don't want to stick it through the fence. No, stick it sideways on. We know we're clear of the fence. Somewhere about there will do. So that's where we can get our line from. We think. That's it. I'm playing it 2 times. Well, did I say that? Yeah, I'm playing it 2 times like I did on Thornton. Just to give a bit of a more realistic speed run. So that's everything now, I think. So, now what we need to do is just double check I've got everything out. Don't want to make sure. Cows, grain mill, yeah, repair shop, farmhouse, grain storage, yeah, and diesel. And we've put the lime tank in. So, let's just go back to her house. So quite a small map. We'll look at land prices in a minute. So land prices. To the way. Whoop, there you go. Farmland. Yep. 313,000. 342,000. That's a huge piece of land. But then you've got strips like that. 171. That one's only 89. But if you look at our farmland now, can't get rid of that picture now, can I? No, I can't. So if you look at our farmland now, literally, oh, it's not going to show me that way, is it? We don't own 12, 13, 14 or 15 or 39, 7 or 32. We don't own any of the fields around us, but we own, if you look, literally, that's where the cows are. That's the cow pasture. We have all these trees right up the back of 39, and we've got 2 huge grass fields. So literally, these edging 13, between 7 and 13, all that is grassland. So whether or not we'll plough some of it up and turn it into wheat or something like that, I don't know. This bit here, by 12, that dark greenish place, that's the cow pasture, and then literally all that tree land is all ours. So we can knock trees down, things like that. But we need to get on with something. But before we do, we need to make this now. Put this back to the money so that we know we've had the 250,000 and all we've bought equals 141,073. There you go. So we now literally have the 250,000 on, and all we've bought is the land. And we now need a tractor of some sort. So is anything in the freebies? Nope. Because we're going to have to just do some cutting of grass to start with, because we've got no toast we can do. So we're going to have to cut some grass. Now, we're going to lease. No, we're going to buy a tractor. Not going to lease tractor. I can lease. Just can't use other people's stuff. So what have we got in here? See, the challenges haven't got. This has got front. Come on, load in. This has got front 3-point linkage. We're going to need to put a front loader on because we've got. It's the only tractor we're going to have for the time being. DH 062. Got to have my own registration on it. We'll go that. Turn that to black, please. Select. That's better. DH 062. Okay, so that's done. Now you'll see here GPS module. I've put this thing in where you've actually got to buy GPS. So we're not going to do that because that's going to be 15 grand. I'll explain that in a second. There is a mod that you actually literally can put in GPS. So there's our lovely tractor. So yeah, if you use a hired worker, if I put H on now, if I want to use a hired worker, the AI worker works, but it says no GPS module. So if I'm putting a hired worker on, I can just do GPS like I would. That's just like in the old game 22 telling a worker just to do a field. But if I want to do it, then I can't use GPS. But I tend to use courseplay anyway for the hired workers. So we now need a mower. But I'm going to avoid using just the cheapest stuff, because you end up, well, I do, I'm not saying everybody does, end up using the same gear, and it's just like all you've done is take the gear from one map and used it on another. So we're going to grab a mower, but we're going to go for a side mower to start with, so then these two can be matched up. So we're going to buy that to start. So buy me that. I'm going to own the mower from the start. But we're going to lease a baler, but I'm actually going to get the baler now, so I don't have to come back down, and I will have to come back down and get other stuff, but the baler we're just going to lease as it is to start with. Might cost us a bit, but soon to be cracking on with some stuff. Where are we? Square balers? No, don't want squares. Round balers, please. Where are you? Where's my round balers gone? Come on. There. Right next door to it, you daft bat. So we're going to go for this fella. We're going to go for an empty because we're going to fill it as we go. Round bale net. Make that empty. Yeah, it's got the same registration, so it should have. 110 horsepower, so this tractor can manage it. We're going to lease that. Now, the other interesting thing is you might already know this, and if you did know this, why didn't you tell me? But I was doing some hay baling with this baler, and thought that was brilliant. And then, straight away after I'd done the hay baling, I then went to start doing silage bales. Now I had all the wrapping, I had all the netting and all that, but it just kept coughing out grass. The reason is that on here, if you look on the menu, it says turn bale wrapper off or on. It automatically turned it. It was already off for when I did the hay, but then I didn't realise you had to turn it on to then start wrapping silage bales. So if you're having that issue, that's maybe what it was. I was about ready to send a nasty email to Giants telling them how rubbish the bale was. And then I just happened to look in the menu and thought, oh yeah, it says turn bale wrapper on and off. That's what I wasn't doing. So let's we'll leave this here for now. We'll get the mower down to the farm, and we can then start getting some grass cut. But I need a weight for this as well. And what colour is this thing? It's like a brownie ready colour, isn't it? I like to try and match the colour of my weights to the tractors, not because I want to look good. It's just literally so that I can remember which weights for which tractor. So it's like a brownie orangey, something like that. Yeah, am I going to charge me for that? Nope, that's okay. It's near enough, I think. At least I know it goes with the orange tractor, it's not green or blue. Oh, it's not too far off actually. Yeah, so I think this tractor is about 170. Like I said, I had a run through, so I've tried this tractor out. So, vehicles, Fiat. Oh yeah, it's called the 160, which in this case actually relates to 160 horsepower. Oops, wasn't looking behind me then. Should have put this on last. Oh, it was highlighted then. I didn't think it was picking it up. It is now. So what I'll do is I'll drive back to the farm just to give you an idea of how it looks, because there's one or two other little touches on here. Now I've just got to get my bearings. I thought I went right out of here, do I? Nope, go this way out of here. Ah, that's it, yeah. Oops, sorry about that. Because there's a cut through. So if you come down past field 36 and then you spin along this path here, it cuts out the top of the map. But along here, again, some map authors, they just have little nods to realism. Because as you come along here, as you'll see just in front of the tractor now, look, there's a pothole in these old little tracks between the fields. Not seen that before on a map where they've put potholes in. There are a few actually. Certainly on this one, there's at least two. There's another one there. Just very clever. So across here now, then we swing right out of here. I think you drive the road signs. I think you can drive through them. I don't think you knock them over like you did on the map, so that like they were in 22 on Thornton, where they built of reinforced concrete with steel and titanium. I think you can drive through them, but I'm not going to do. I'm going to avoid trying to have accidents. But yeah, lovely map. And the other thing I've got to say is, when you compare the lighting on this to the lighting on Nordkirchen, it knocks it out of the park. And I think that was always my concern on Nordkirchen. It just always was difficult to see what it's literally, sometimes I couldn't actually see what I was doing on the screen. It was just so dark on the map sometimes that it just didn't translate well in the light. Whereas this one, very, very pretty light map. Obviously it's a sunny day, but so I don't think we'd do any other contracts at the moment because we ain't got no gear to do it with. Or we could do, well, I'm not going to do Deadwood. done about 3 deadwood contracts recently on maps, and literally I've spent 40 minutes scouring the whole area trying to find the one tree that I can't knock down, and I just can't find it anywhere. Anyway, so coming back, this is our farm on the right, and as I say, we do own this shed on the left. So we have a shed there. I'm going to skip going through the yard, because if you look, as you come off the end of the yard, our grass fields are just beyond the yard. So that would take you back into the yard. Diesel tanks there. So yeah, all this grass field here to me right now with this fence around it. So if I was to take a field out in terms of getting rid of grass, it would probably be the one that hasn't got the fence around it. So this open one here. Simply, of course, it's more difficult working a combine in a field that's got fences around. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy it. It looks a bit scruffy around the edge of here. Oops, why does it default to the weight? Yeah, take some of this scruffy scrubland off here, tidy up this entrance to the farm. And what we'll do with this field is we'll split it. So literally, we'll do part grass and part hay. But running it 2 times means that the day will catch up on us if we don't keep ahead of the curve. Now we need to buy a chainsaw, because like I said, we are going to do some forestry on our big forest area up the top. But as ever, like we sometimes do, some of these things are just going to get knocked out, deleted. Right, chainsaws. Ip Dip Sky Blue, who is it not you? Yeah, that one will do. Now the other thing we're going to do is this again, just for a touch of realism. I'm actually going to get, if I want to lease something, I'm only going to be able to lease the cheapest of a particular thing. But also I'm going to have a dice. And rather than me say, okay, I'm going to choose exactly what I lease, I'm actually going to flip the dice to decide which of the pieces of kit is actually available for lease. So if I'm leasing a baler, I've not done it for this first tranche, but if I'm leasing a baler, then I will look at the price of, I will look at the 3 cheapest balers of what I want, and then I'll say, well, of those 3, this is the one. So again, it means I'm governed by the economics. I might have to lease a more expensive baler than I would like. I'm not cutting too far between here because I don't know where the land ends. Don't want to end up with tons of swath just knocking around. We haven't got a dog. Not like we did on North Gurchin. We haven't got a dog, so you don't have to worry about me not feeding the hound. And we could in one of these big grass fields. They're so huge. We could actually put in, that's how big it is, look at it. So big I could actually put some sheep at some stage, I think. I'll go a bit up there. It's not telling me I don't own this bit of land, so that should be okay. Like I say, the trial run I did, I just whipped a bit of, didn't do the whole thing, just got enough bales to get cows underway and make sure the sell points worked and that I could put grain in the grain store. I say those things which are crucial to a good gameplay. And like I say, I'm just tidying up this side because it just looks, the entrance to the farm there looks a bit scruffy. And moving that tree's probably just been helpful to getting hired workers around the place. So yeah, press H now to do hired workers, and look, no GPS. Click on it all that. But if I wanted the worker to do it, it just does it as exactly as it should do. Now you may think that's a bit of a cheat, but I can't do it any other way. That's what it offers me. But that's just like I said in 2219, all those earlier versions of the game, you used to press H and they'd set off up and down the field and do the job. So that's how that would be. So with £49,000, we haven't really got a lot of money to get another tractor and do other stuff. We still need a front loader and a round bale grab for this thing. I think 2 headlands should do us because there's no fences or obstacles at the end of these fields. And then we can start doing the upski downski. I've got automatic milk sales in, so for the time being, once we do get cows, we will just sell the milk at the end of the day. That windmill that I've put in has come from another kit I've not used before, but it does produce flour very quickly. So within the day of just throwing a trailer load of grain in, it literally started pumping out pallets, so that was a good thing. But yeah, you can see that other field. The other thing about the other grass field, it's on a really steep slope. The test run I did, I actually used the what combine did I use? I used a combine that really struggled to. Which one was it now? Now I'm gonna have to. Can't think. Sorry, my mind's gone blank. Bear with. Where's the combine's gone? Further down. It'll come to me as soon as I see it. Oh yeah, the Rostel mash, and it was a hilly. It was like that. The wheat field I was harvesting, and it only got on the uphill run. The Rostel mash only got 2 miles an hour. It struggled, one would have to say. Yeah, but look at that cow pasture. It's massive. And is that, just trying to suss out, is that our, yeah, so, well, it's at the top our bit, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, so literally our woodland is, where is it? I can't place it there. Yeah, it's up over the top of there, must be. Bear with. Oh yeah, it's the other side of our cow pasture. So that's it. That's all our woodland. So you can see, and there's some of those, what I call easy trees, the pines that you just have to drop as a straight, whoops, turn it on. You just have to drop them and very quickly prune it. And then we'll get some money that way. But glancing at the clock, folks, I think we've kept you long enough. So what I'll do is I'll get all the mowing done off screen. You'll be able to tell I've not cheated because I'll still have £49,485. But we'll get this mowing done off screen. Then next game in we can get a windrow, get some of it windrowed up, turned into silage bales, and then the rest we can TED, windrow, and turn into some lovely hay bales. So thanks for dropping in. Hope you like the new series. Do all the YouTubey stuff, and we will catch you later.